Breast cancer is the most feared cancer amongst women. For 5 years, I went through this whole ordeal, and today I want to tell you my story of how I emotionally dealt with it. Hello there, my name is Chris Miller from Stories of Hope, where we hope to amplify your faith by sharing our personal testimonies as well as other people's stories through video. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon below so that you can be notified when a new video becomes available. You will also find some additional links in the description box below. If you find this video to be an inspiration to you, please leave us a comment in the comment box below and we will be too happy to answer all your questions. So, let's jump right into it. In July 2011, my husband Japie was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Since my mother-in-law died from breast cancer in 2010, we didn't want to take any chances and get the prostate removed. Since we didn't know what the future holds, we decided first to do our trip to Israel with our daughter's son to be baptized in the Jordan River. This is also a great testimony, and you can find the link to the video above, showing all the wonderful things that had happened and how God provided for us. So 3 days after I returned from Israel, Japie went in for his surgery, and there and then I decided I'm 40, I have to go for my first mammogram. As from that age, as you know, every woman must go for a mammogram. I made an appointment with my gynecologist, and after 2 days when the results came back, the doctor called me to inform me that they saw some specks on the mammogram scan and solar scans. After additional consultation, they did a biopsy where additional tissue samples were taken. The doctor recommended that I go for a lumpectomy. If you don't know what that is, it's the process where they remove the affected cancerous parts of your breast. Besides regular checkups, thankfully, no further treatment was required at that moment. In 2015, I went for what's supposed to be my yearly mammogram. As you know, you have to go every year, but needless to say, life got busy and I postponed it. Again, they found more specks in my left breast. I was referred to the same specialist that I saw in 2011 because she knew my history. We had 3 days before we had to see her. Me and Japie prayed about it, as we really do try and make any important decisions after consulting with the Lord. So it was decided that even if I was given the option for another lumpectomy, which in fact I was, we would not go for that option. We told the specialist to perform a full-on mastectomy. One of the deciding factors was that Japie's mom went the same route of multiple lumpectomies, and she passed away from cancer in 2010. The specialist talked us through the whole process, and she also referred us to a plastic surgeon for the mastectomy as well as the reconstruction of my breasts. While doing surgery, that surgeon also removed about 14 lymph nodes, sent the samples for testing and found them to be malignant, and that the cancer had already started to spread. So there we go. Plan of action: mastectomy, chemotherapy, radiation, the works. My hair started falling out, and the one day I just decided, shave it off. I decided, stuff this cancer. I will own it. I even did a cancer shoot, the works. Didn't change my lifestyle, had a wig for a week, super itchy, and never wore it again. In retrospect, I was super blessed that the Lord told us to do the mastectomy and to remove the lymph nodes, because if He did not tell us to do this, it would have spread and would not be blessed as I am to tell you the story today. Everybody thinks I'm such a strong person, but it's not me, it's my faith, and that is a true story. So here are some tips on how I emotionally dealt with breast cancer. Please bear in mind that this is my story and how I emotionally dealt with it. You might have your own story. This just are tips that helped me. So the first tip I would like to give you is to give it to God. Be still before the Lord and wait upon His guidance. He will help you to always stay positive. If you want to cry, do so. If you want to fall apart, do so. Just surround yourself with people who love you. Enjoy every moment as if it's your last. Every day is a miracle and a blessing in itself. I personally believe that cancer is God's second chance, that He in His love gives to you to realize how special life is and how special family is and how grateful we must be for all and everything that we have. If you come to realize this, then you can get through absolutely anything in life. The second tip I would like to give you is be careful what you say. My husband did a video on the 4 principles of faith, of which you can find a link to that video below. The one principle that we both believe is that words are extremely powerful and a person will have what you say. The Bible says that the tongue is like a double-edged sword. In Proverbs 18 verse 21 it also says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits." You might ask, what does this mean? It means that you can curse or bless yourself simply by speaking positive or negative words into your own life. If you say, "I will not get better," then you won't get better. If you say, "I'm going to die," then you will die. It does not help you to ask the whole congregation to pray for you, and then you can cancel out those prayers by your own negative words. It all starts with what is in your mind, and you have to renew your thinking. So please be careful what you say. The third tip I want to give to you is to embrace it. Women who are newly diagnosed with breast cancer face a different set of fears as they go through various stages of anxiety and acceptance. Many are in a state of denial at first, then the why me phase, then the all fall down phase. While these are understandable fears, the danger is that some women are so overwhelmed with anxiety that they postpone screenings such as breast exams and mammograms, or even skip them altogether for fear of bad news. This can quickly turn into anger and a feeling that their world has been turned upside down. Some women wonder what they have done to deserve this and are unsure about the best road to recovery. Remember your family, your work colleagues, everybody that sees you in the street looking at you funny because you have no hair, no eyelashes, your face is bloated. They don't know what battle you are fighting. You must try and stay strong. It's so worth it. Carry on with your life. Take it in your stride. This happened. Deal with it. My motto in life is, it is what it is. You must do what you must do. And now for tip number 4, my final tip, carry on with your life. I personally think it would not do you or anybody around you any good just to curl up in a corner all the time. It makes you feel negative and disheartened, which I believe also halts your recovery to a certain extent. It also affects the people around you. Know your husband and your family in all your feelings, ups and downs. They are there with you for a reason. And all of this is part of God's plan. And now Jaapie is going to share with you tip number 5.
Thank you very much, Krista. And this tip is actually more towards the husband. I think one of the most important things that you can do is really sit and listen to your wife. She's going through a lot of emotion, a lot of things up and down. She's worried. There's lots of fear in her. And I think the most important is just to listen to her, encourage her. That is the most important thing. And the second thing is so important, guys, assure her of your love with her, for her. That is quite crucial and very important that you tell her and assure her of her love as well. I mean, she is not feeling good about herself. She lost all her hair, she lost her eyebrows as well, and she's not feeling well. And really, it is so important that you assure her of her love. Also tell her that she's still beautiful to you, because she's not feeling or not looking good for herself as well. But Krista lost all her hair, and actually, I think if you see for the photo, she actually looks quite cool. And I also tease that she looks like Shania Connor.
I always, sorry to interrupt, I always thought hair was just a slip. It's like it's expensive to cut and you've got to blow dry it, and I always wanted to shave my hair, and yeah, I could do it. It was so easy. Just take a lappy and whoop, it's finished.
Well, she looked excellent, as you can see from the photos. And another important factor is, guys, if possible, you and the family are actually all in this whole thing. If possible, go with her to all the chemotherapy sessions, radiation sessions, support your wife. She's scared to go into some of these places alone. Guys, it's so important that you actually attend these sessions and doctor's consultations and everything as well. So yes, that's actually my tip for the boys.
And now to summarize. When you find out that you have breast cancer, you may feel like you have lost control of your life. You might be overwhelmed by the decisions you have to make. These feelings are normal. Do not let them keep you from taking action though. Don't start Googling. It's dangerous. Your oncologist is there for a reason and they know what they are doing. All filing decisions should be made together with your oncologist and your family. Knowing what to expect is another way to feel in control. It may also help you to keep as a normal routine as possible. Be patient. Coping with breast cancer requires time, acceptance, a fighting spirit, and support. Many people also find strength in their spirituality and faith. Now you may ask yourself, but you are a Christian, Krishna. Why did God allow this to happen to you? I believe this happened to me so that I can sit here today and tell you about my experience and how I dealt with it. I saw it as a blessing, however sick that might sound to you. But it made me look at life and the way I live it very differently. I personally feel that breast cancer has given me a renewed appreciation for life. I have made new friendship, rekindled old ones, and found an inner strength that I did not know that I had. This has led me to many people to help others cope with breast cancer. My heart is to really try and help people who are going through the same emotions, asking the same questions, and I want to inspire people and give them hope so that they really know that God is our only salvation and strength. And I pray every day that everybody will come to realize this, for He will not bring anything over your path that you cannot overcome. Literally anything. So this brings us to the end of this video. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can be informed for the next videos becoming available. We would also love to hear from you. So please leave us your feedback and comments box below so that we can reply to your comments and maybe help you further. See you in the next video.